What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? We can indulge in some coke or some smoke. You fit the bill because L.A.R.'s broke. Would you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? See, little boys and girls, how you doing? I just want to talk to you about scumbuckets and scumbag ideologies. Yes, boys and girls. Have you ever been around a person who does everything detrimental to themselves and involves you in it, and then turns around and tells the world that they're a good person, and if you were them, you would do the same thing that they did? That's what we call a scumbucket. Yeah, scum bucket. I don't know. Have you ever met a person who some way, somehow, finds themselves in all types of situations and shenanigans because somewhere in the past, somebody did something to them that they didn't like? That has nothing to do with any of the people that they cross today, but they think it makes sense. That's what we call scumbag ideologies. They are a scum bucket. Yes, children. Have you ever met a person who didn't actually make the best of their time as an adult, and they thought it was a good idea to find another adult who's doing way better than them to leech off of and act as though them being a leech is actually doing something for the person that they're leeching off of? That's what we call scum buckets with scumbag ideologies. Boys and girls, have you ever met a person who wanted loyalty and respect and devotion from somebody while they were a complete, utter douche the whole time? And they thought, you have to earn my loyalty, respect, and devotion. And if you take all of this abuse, you'll prove to me that you're worthy of the love I've never shown you. That's what we call a scum bucket. Scumbag ideologies. Have you ever met a person who somehow they were mad at another person because they work to have a better life? So what you're gonna do, you think it makes sense to go out of your way to ruin their life instead of bettering yours. And you can get people to help you. Some people call them haters. I call them scum buckets. That's a scumbag ideology, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Have you ever met a person who doesn't like another person because they're different from them and they get joy out of trying to ruin their life because they think they don't deserve a good life because they're different from them? Only in America? Not really. But those people are called scumbags, scumbucket, pieces of you know what. Scumbag ideologies. Have you ever met a person who, for some odd reason, was doing business and they overcharged another person because they wanted this other person to fail in business, who undercut this other person because they wanted them to fail in business? Because they would say, that's just smart business. No, that's being a scum bucket. Or you overcharge one customer and undercharge another. This one's on the house. This one has a 150% markup. That's what I call scum buckets. Scumbag ideology. Have you ever met a person who demonized this person for doing something and turned around and did the exact same thing and wanted praise for it and expected praise for it? They were actually smart, ingenuitive. That's a scum bucket. Scumbag ideologies. What about an adult, or one person far older than another person who makes a living extorting or overcharging or exploiting people younger than them for a living, or better yet, making sure these people can't make a living unless they make a living through them because they're exploiting them. But they're teaching them how to be smart at business. That's what we call a scum bucket. How about a person who alienates a parent from a child? Scum bucket. Or a person who gets paid to make sure you alienate a parent from a child. Scum bucket. Or a person, maybe a judge or a lawyer, who gets a kickback for things like that. So they actually don't look at cases objectively. They look at cases for the biggest kickback. Scum bucket. Scum bucket. Yeah. Well, little boys and girls, I've got to go. It's been a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Yeah, we out.